Welcome to sunny Mallorca, at least I think this is. Although it is abnormally atrocious right now for this time of year in Mallorca, for any time of year in Mallorca. I don't think they get rain very often. We brought it with us and left a heat wave back in the UK, but we're not letting it get us down because we're going to use this time, whilst it is raining, whilst I'm off the bike, to plan the goals that I'm going to achieve when I get back on it. The weather is just getting worse. So I wanted to get into talking about how I go about setting my goals and how you can use the same methodology as I use in your own training, and how I am setting my goals even for this short, well, even shorter now period of time, 8 days spent on the bike whilst I'm here in Mallorca. How do I go about setting my goals to get the most out of the time? And the thing that I think about is the 4 pillars of the powerful cyclist, which is the 4 key areas that I want to reach maximum efficiency in order to be able to reach my fitness potential. And they are the mind, the blood, conditioning, which is the training that I'm doing, and my weight. And I think about those 4 pillars against Mallorca and the terrain that it has to offer. What does Mallorca have to offer me and those 4 pillars? So by this point, it's gotten so windy and rainy that I've not been able to record outside anymore, and I've had to come to the relative shelter back at the villa and finish this video. So the mind I'm going to train in Mallorca most effectively up the long, windy climb, because Mallorca is full of excuses for me to stop and slow down, and I want to get better at dealing with those excuses so that I can become a more powerful cyclist because of it. And objectively, I want to get a sub 30 time up Cyclist, which is a renowned climb here in Mallorca. In order to be able to get a sub 30 time, I need to get better at dealing with pain, at dealing with my excuses, so that I can push enough watts in order for me to break that sub 30 time. Secondly is conditioning. The kind of training that I'm going to be able to do out here in Mallorca is anything that is outdoors. Basically, I want to spend as much time outdoors as I possibly can, because I've spent so much time in. And having spent so much time indoors, there's going to be so many aspects of my cycling that have been lacking, that any time spent outdoors is going to improve that. And swinging the bike from side to side, having as much fun as I possibly can, climbing up mountains is all that I need to be doing. Blood, Mallorca is not the most advantageous place to be if I want to most effectively train my blood. If I wanted to increase my hemoglobin, my hematocrit, then I would want to be at altitude, and Mallorca is not at altitude. I would want to be doing less TSS and more intensity factor, and that is not really the kind of riding that I'm going to be doing whilst here in Mallorca. Blood is going to be used up, is going to be used effectively in things like the Cyclist TT. Having a high hematocrit is going to be beneficial for me to be able to break the sub 30 time, but it's not really that advantageous for me to be here in Mallorca if I wanted to most effectively build my blood. But that's not what we're here to do, really. We've already done that training 4 months indoors. Finally, weight, which in Mallorca is going to be effectively trained because I'm going to be riding outdoors, and the nature of riding outdoors, with the TSS being higher, with me riding around in fat burning zones, whereas previously I've been doing short, sharp, intense interval sessions in the form of Zwift races, which are great for burning glycogen stores, burning a lot of calories, maintaining weight, but the most effective riding for weight loss is going to be long rides outdoors, which is hopefully what I'm going to be doing whilst here in Mallorca when I actually get on my bike. So that means I'm going to be burning excess fat stores more regularly than I have been for the last 4 months indoors, and returning to the UK with just less excess because I've had fun on the bike. So although today has been a complete washout, tomorrow is going to be a washout. The day after that, I think, is not, and we're actually going to be able to execute on some of these goals that I'm setting for myself and have fun on my bike, which is the reason why we're here. So thank you for watching, and I'm going to see you in the next one.